Mm.
Oh, headphones.
What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio, man. We back in business. March 1st. It'll probably be March 2nd by the time you see this episode. But it's March 1st. First of the month. Did y'all pay y'all rent? Was your rent due? Amir, you pay your rent today? You paid it on time?
Early.
You paid it early? In February? Oh, you think you better than us out here. Amir paying his rent early, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I just do it when the money come.
Do it when the money comes.
And then
you
be like, all
can
right,
get it.
I mean, I'm not going to get any more money, so.
Might as well do it when it comes. I paid the rent late last night. It was about 2:30 a.m. What time did I get in bed last night?
Like 2 something.
So probably about 2:15, 2:30, I remembered. It's the first. And so I sent him the bread. And he texts me back like, thanks for the rent for March. I'd be like,
Really? At 2?
No. He hit me today.
I was going to say, Willie, be up. He be
Right.
partying.
Man, you still up, Willie? But I like the acknowledgement of the rent received. Because this ain't no landlord to me. This is actually a homeowner. So it's personal now. Like I was already good with paying my rent on time to like an apartment complex. You know, they got several buildings. It's less personal. But when it's personal and I'm in your house that you put love into and you raised a family in it, you lived there for 17 years, I'm like, I can't be late on the rent. It's personal. I like paying the rent now. You know, it's like, man, I feel like, thanks for opening your home. And I told Willie, I don't know if I told you this, but I told him, I was like, hey, man, thank you for letting us into your home. You know, because it was hard for us to find a place. And then he came right on time. Like, I needed this.
Literally right on time.
Man.
And what was a little nerve-wracking is how long it took for the for the acceptance, like the application and all that. I was just like, shit, are we going to get it?
Right.
Because we really love that house.
This
Shout
is a dope
out to
spot.
Kiana Charles.
Kiana Charles.
If anybody in the LA area needs to find a home, whether it's buying or renting, look up Kiana Charles.
Kiana Charles. Great last name, by the way.
Yeah.
Charles.
Oh, yeah. It's THE Kiana Charles on Instagram.
Yeah.
Let her know that we sent you. This is not a paid advertisement. She just got us into our dream home.
She did. She was dope. She was on it. She was easy to communicate with. She was consistent. Across the board.
She was going through it like we were at the same time, helping us.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. So
That's why I just be like, man, no excuses, y'all.
shout out to Kiana.
No excuses in life, man. 9 times out of 10, your excuses are bullshit. 9 times out of 10. Occasionally, you'll have a good excuse. 9 times out of 10, people don't get shit done. It's because they didn't want to. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done. Shout out to my co-host, Water. You already know what it is. And I saw your comments in the last episode. I screenshot them and I meant to post them on my Instagram. I'm making some of y'all drink more water. My work here is done. When y'all tell me, man, because of you, man, I'm drinking more water, man. That's the ultimate compliment. That is the ultimate compliment. Is that, man, Tony Baker made me drink more water. And I'm like, so now, you know, I'm helping you improve your life down to the basic level of existence. Because without this, we don't exist. So now, you telling me that I'm helping you drink more of what caused you to exist? Ain't no better compliment. Ain't no better compliment than that, man. Started a new challenge today. So we doing 25 days in the gym in March. No fried food. No sweets. Fruit is still good, but no, you know what we mean. No cookies, no cakes, no pies, no ice cream.
Candy.
No candies. We know you have the candies. No candy. 4 gallons of water a week. A week. That's easy. Not a day. You be like, I'm small. It's just, nigga. 4 gallons a week. You're getting off easy with this. And I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's the challenge.
I'm currently doing a 72-hour liquid fast.
Oh. Smoothies included?
Smoothies.
Ooh.
Yeah, started today. I thought I started yesterday, and then I realized, I'm on the wrong day. I thought yesterday was the first.
It's
For
the
mad
first of
long.
the month. So cash your checks on the month. So get in. You can get in on this challenge with us if you're down. You know what I'm saying? Get in on it.
It's challenge day.
I went to the gym today. I got up early. Got up. Took me a while. Fought through it. Got up. Went to the gym before daddy issues. Was in there. Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. I'm not a social person at the gym. If you see me in the gym, don't talk to me.
Oh, please.
Just don't. You can give me a what's up, a head nod, but that's all I need. I don't like talking to people in the gym. I'm just not social McGee. I don't like hanging out. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that we know each other, but just get out of here. Beat it. Go do your workout. Now, if you know me, you might be a fan or whatever. You can always be like, hey, man, I'm a fan. Watch your stuff. I'm always down for that. I'm going to give you the energy. But after that, let me get the hell out of here, man. I do not like socializing in the gym. Unless we are actively working out together, and then, that's naturally we're going to be talking. But if we're not working out together, then get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, man. It's people waiting on machines. It's a lot going on, man. We ain't got time to be standing there shooting the breeze, foot propped up on the equipment. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's people stalking you for that machine. You know how many times I have stalked people just hanging out, goofing off, having a good time? The dudes that's trying to impress the chicks, like, yeah, yeah. Huh? You work out here often? Yeah, you're doing... Shut up, man. Get off the machines. Hush. Stop using the gym as a hookup place.
Please.
Man.
Please.
It's
Leave
not
women
it's
alone.
not the time.
Yeah.
It's not the time. If she's into you, she will approach. And even if I was single, you a cute girl, you look good, you approach me, guess what? Leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Text me later, find me later on Instagram. You work out at my gym. But and for you, it's even worse because Sabrina always got a gym story.
Oh my God, I hate it.
She always got a gym story. And it's just like, God damn, man. But yeah, man. I was in that gym today. Did a little work. I feel good after I leave the gym. I feel accomplished.
Yeah.
I be like, man, I did it. I did it. But yeah, man, I forgot to do my movie. Well, I didn't forget to do my movie review last week. They just hit me with there was somebody else booked at the studio, and I didn't know that, so we got caught off guard. But I was gonna do my Uncharted movie review, and then I just ended up doing a little 1-minute TikTok review, which wasn't the same as my full-length movie review, but I was just like, oh, goddamn. You know what I mean? So there was that. But yeah, man. Now, how y'all feel about the gym? Like, when you go, Amir, you go to the gym? No? Amir just slim for no reason, man, as he eats fried chicken. Just slim for no reason. See, it's people like Amir that just really chap my hide, man. He probably ain't worked out. And when was the last time you worked out? He don't even know. And he's slim. Sick of it, man. I think about food and I ingest 1,800 calories. From the thought, instant love handle, reminiscing about food. Anyway, man, sick of it, man. So Laverne Cox, right?
Oh yeah.
She busted a tacky move on the red carpet of an award show where she was interviewing Will and Jada, and she brought up the entanglement. And, you know, Vivica Fox was like, yo, that's tacky, man. And I agree. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not the place for this. I wouldn't bring it up to them anyway. Whether it was red carpet, at the crib, at the red table, I'm just not bringing it up. I'm just like, you know, but Laverne threw that entanglement in there. And they was, and you know Will and Jada, they professional. They was like, ha, 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 yeah. But you know, they was like, you son of a bitch. Come on, man. The entanglement, we barely got out of that alive. And I just thought that wasn't the move right there. And it's like, you know. And you know, hosting and interviewing on the red carpet, that ain't an easy gig. I get it. Mm-hmm. Laverne probably didn't think that through, you know. In Laverne's head, she was probably like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good time right here." Mm-hmm. But nah, it wasn't a good time. Wasn't a good time to bring it up, man. Come on, man. Come on, you know. But I'm sure Laverne be like, "Man, my bad." I'm sure it's gonna be like, sorry, y'all. You know, it was in the moment. Red carpet, you know, it happens. You know, it happens. We say the wrong thing sometimes, then we look back and we just like, oh, God damn it. Sorry, y'all. Entanglements. Queen Elizabeth returned to work after COVID. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. Queen Elizabeth is back at work. And y'all out here making goddamn excuses. See, that's what I'm talking about. Queen Elizabeth is 95, had COVID, and went back to work. Y'all be folding up on way less. Oh, I couldn't get it done because it was just, I just couldn't. She's 95. COVID could have been like, you're coming with me, Queen Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. But now she's like, man, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm going back to work. Now, I don't know what a work day consists of with Queen Elizabeth, but whatever it is, it's like, a lot.
I feel like she'd just be showing up places. And they'd be like,
and that's work.
The queen is here.
Yeah.
And she'd just be like,
she'd
I'm
be
here.
sitting there like.
And then she leaves and she got to go to another place and be like, I'm here. The queen is here. Oh, okay.
Just showing up is work.
That's a lot.
Especially when you're 95.
95.
Every move is work. When you're 95 years old, grabbing a water bottle and putting it in a different spot on the table, that's a work shift if you're 95.
But like you said, I think working keeps her young. Like, cause she be moving. She be moving and grooving. You ever see the video of her cutting a cake? It's adorable. She's like trying to figure out how to cut a cake, and she starts to cut it. And she's like, oh, okay, all right, now somebody else take over.
Oh, so she didn't even finish the slice.
She didn't even finish cutting it.
Yeah, man.
She's like, I'm gonna stab this cake, and then somebody else come take over. Like,
cutting the cake it's pretty nerve-wracking, especially when everybody watching you do it. I don't like it when Sabrina watches me do stuff one-on-one. Yeah. Now you put the press in there, they chikim, cameras, and I'm doing something basic like cutting the cake. That's too much pressure.
That's a lot.
I'll be like, hey man, can y'all not watch me? No, this is the ceremony, the cutting of the cake at a wedding. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, man. I felt confident in cutting the breaker board birthday cakes because the pressure was off. And I could just cut the squares and, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's kids. Pressure was off. And it's not my day. It's not about me. But shit.
Can we also talk about how Jason Lee reported that the Queen died and he got the inside scoop from the royals themselves.
Wait, the actor Jason Lee?
No, Jason Lee. He's a reporter on Hollywood Unlocked. If you see him, you'll be like, oh, or maybe you might not. Actually, I don't know.
I was like, Jason Lee.
That would be hilarious. It's him. He does.
I don't know
he
who
like
that is.
reports on celebrities and stuff.
He's
but
British?
No.
Oh.
That man live out here. He up the block right now, probably.
Yeah. He said what now?
He got the inside scoop that the queen died.
Oh shit.
Reported it. And
did he get in hot water?
yeah, 100%.
That's a bold lie.
That's crazy.
But then he doubled down.
He did?
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
did. He did. He backed. He
Yeah.
was like, nah,
He's like, my sources are rarely ever wrong. Like I still believe this.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, he losing credibility. Who does he work for?
The internet.
Oh. So he doesn't have a, he's not
Hollywood
No,
Unlocked.
Hollywood's
Yeah.
unlocked.
E.
Hollywood Unlocked?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
E Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
The credibility loss.
it's just funny because if you know who he is, it's like how do you have a direct line to the royal family?
Direct scoop.
Yeah. He met Meghan
Markle.
probably twice and was like,
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah,
They
she
might-
told me.
They my besties.
But I did see a picture with Meghan and Harry or William. Who's she with?
Harry.
Harry with Chris Spencer.
Oh.
He has a comedian by the name of Chris Spencer. And I guess they were at the NAACP Awards.
Oh, yeah,
So
they were.
maybe he was there.
This was before.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was before she got COVID?
No, this was before the awards. Wasn't the awards after she was announced? After it was announced that she got COVID?
She got COVID last week. The awards were like this Sunday.
Yeah.
This weekend.
So the Jason Lee thing was before.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Meghan and Harry are out here, right?
Yeah, they do. They are in the mix. Definitely.
Maybe she was the scoop.
Psst. Yo, the queen's dead, yo. But he reported it before. Oh, you mean?
I'm saying maybe Meghan was like, yo, she's really dead.
Yo, she been dead
He
for
was like,
years.
what you talking about? And that's his source.
You think the queen's been dead for years, and this is just like a?
What if she been dead this
clone.
whole time? Not this whole time, but she been dead for like months. And they just like, yeah, she got COVID, this, that, and the third, but she really.
They didn't want to release the fact that she had COVID.
Oh.
They were like almost forced to because they were like, yeah. But I mean, I
What
wouldn't
if
even be
she-
mad at that.
What if she really out here dead on arrival? And then whatever queen you see henceforth is an imposter.
Like Paul McCartney. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's really a person with prosthetics on.
That's crazy.
It's Helen Mirren
I would love that.
playing.
What's the Paul McCartney thing?
Paul
yeah.
McCartney actually died years ago at the height of the Beatles' fame in a car crash, and they replaced him with a lookalike who had surgery in order to look the most like him. There's a whole documentary on it, and it's so crazy. And then there's like subliminals within the Beatles songs that let people know like Paul's really dead, and like it's a whole conspiracy. It's a whole like insane situation. But yeah, allegedly Paul McCartney's been dead for years, and the guy that we've been seeing is just a lookalike. And the reason that they didn't want to release, this is the reason why they would have had a lookalike. The reason they want to release the fact that Paul passed is because they had so many young fanatics that were obsessed that they were like, we don't want to deal with the repercussions of if we tell people like, hey, Paul died.
Wait, look up when he was supposedly killed.
I think Paul McCartney got he got fans, but like that
Well-
would be the reasoning behind it. Like his fans are that.
In the height?
Oh yeah,
In the height
the
of the Beatles?
Beatlemania was.
Well,
you know,
when
I'm
was he
outside looking in.
supposedly passed away? That's what I was going to ask, because it was like, okay, if we're talking back then,
Yeah,
I get it, but I'm talking like something recent is like even over MJ passing kind of thing.
1966. So November 9th, 1966 is when he
So-
allegedly died. Which in
so by that logic,
Okay.
but by that logic, we fans of the imposter at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If he was supposedly replaced in '66, they didn't put out mad albums since then,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been watching them perform since we We want the imposter at this point.
Yep.
The real.
I don't know who that other guy is.
The real Paul didn't really set nothing off.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Because if he was replacing 66, the majority of us only know the imposter. And that's who we love, man. Imposter Paul.
Yeah. And the imposter's vegan, so you already know I'm
There it is. So, yeah. So if that was the case.
For the people who want to see it, the documentary was released in 2010. It's called Paul McCartney is Really Dead. Or Really Is Dead. The Last Testament of George Harrison.
Oh.
I watched
Harrison
it.
is also dead.
I watched it, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like really good. Like the footage and the stuff that they have, it'll really like. I remember I worked for Paul McCartney before I saw it, and I remember thinking back, like, maybe that wasn't Paul. Like, I was like really trying to like pick things apart. I was like, who was that man that I was feeding?
At that point, that is Paul.
It is Paul. Yeah.
Because everything you've seen pretty much has been that imposter.
Yeah.
That was the imposter on Thriller. That was the imposter on Abbey Road walking across the street.
Mm-hmm.
That was the imposter in what was the group he was in?
Oh, the one with the
singing group.
Yeah.
Wings.
Hold on.
Somebody said that the imposter featuring Wings.
Yeah, Wings is the group he was in. You know what I mean? So at this point in the game,
yeah,
we fans of that young imposter.
Mm-hmm.
So he might as well just be like, yo, my name is Steve Richland, and I'm not from Liverpool, but I've been Paul this whole time.
That would be a really great movie night for you and your Patreons because it's so mind-blowing. You have to talk about it in the moment with somebody.
Yeah, it's streaming.
Let me see. You could watch it on YouTube for $1.99.
Oh, okay, that's cheap. But the thing is, for the watch party.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But I watched it alone, and I just kept looking around like, y'all seeing this? Ain't nobody else in the room.
Yep, say. Andrea says, that's the imposter on that track. Say what you want.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Google Play.
Oh.
Sure. And Tubi.
Good old Tubi.
Yeah.
Jason and Lisa work it out. What's that?
So last week it was reported that Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet were getting a divorce. And this week they decided to work it out. They saw the streets and they said, "This is not for me.
Yeah.
Let me go home."
They worked it out. I love it. Well, they're working it out. It's always a work in
it.
progress. But yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I like his energy, man.
Oh, Jason.
He just seemed like a happy dude, man.
Like he seems like he's always in a good mood.
Yeah, that's the vibe. He's got like that Zen mode, like, you know. And, you know, this is based on, you know, the videos that we see in his captions and, like, you know, the way he communicates. It's just like, man, this dude, the good energy and, like, the way he refers to his family and stuff. I'll just be like, man, this guy's happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a picture of him and Channing Tatum on his Instagram, and I read the caption. He's just like, man, so proud of my Zoe Bear or whatever he calls her, because you know the Batman comes out, and so I was just like, man, this right here, man, the blended family beauty and the appreciation. I was just like, this. Yeah. And like, you know, you see pictures of him and Lenny Kravitz together, and he's just happy to be. You know, in the picture, it's just like, you know, Lenny Kravitz all serious and chiseled.
Right,
but
just
Jason
chilling.
is like, you know.
Hovering.
Yeah,
so
you know,
big.
all in. I'm
Yeah.
just like, man, this guy, man. So that's dope to hear. 'Cause they've been together for a while, man. And I'm excited to see Zoe and the Batman.
Oh, man, me too.
The Batman.
I love her.
Yeah, she's dope.
I'm such a fan. That show that got canceled. What's the show?
Oh, High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
Yeah.
Man, I really like that show.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. I was all in.
You finished it.
I did finish
and you
it.
didn't hate watch it.
I didn't hate watch it. I actually watched it.
Sabrina hate watches stuff.
If I start, I'm gonna have to finish it with nothing in my soul.
She be hate. Why? I hate this show. I'm on episode 7. I'll just be like,
I'm
why
on the
are you
last
doing
episode
this?
of the 6th season.
Why are you doing this? I can't stand it. I'm in season 10. I'm just like, God damn. What about the shows you like? I gave up on it. It was good, but I just didn't hate it. That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I had more for you.
Why are you doing this? I was watching White Man Can't Jump again randomly last night on the couch. I fell asleep. And it was because I was watching Fight Club.
Yeah.
And then I saw White Man Can't Jump on the thing. And I've been kind of Wesley sniping it up recently.
You have.
And I was like, let me tap back into this movie real quick. Because I remember enjoying White Man Can't Jump, but at the same time, I was just like, it's all right. The big box office hit at the time. And it was a good pairing of Wesley and Woody. And Rosie Perez really stood out in that movie. And it was just funny seeing the trash talk of 1992 basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, what the hell? Let's just get off of Mother's, man. I just got off of yours. And I was just like, God damn, that's an old-ass roast. And but then I passed out and fell asleep. I probably would have slept on the couch the whole night, but I was cold.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was like, oh,
it was really cold down there.
It was cold.
It's weird because it wasn't that cold upstairs, but when I went down, because I was like, man, he probably fell asleep. Let me go shut everything down for him. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, God. So I got up, got the cat squared away. And Midnight was really harassing me last night. Like, he was really, like, he was acting like he was mad hungry, but he had food in there. And I'm going to get to that question, Kobe McGuire, because I just rewatched Money Train. Yeah, he was on me. He kept, watching me. I wake up and he was staring at me, and then he was rubbing my feet, and he was under the chair, and he kept trying to hop. And I was like, man, what you doing, man? Mm-hmm. He had food in there. So he was on my ass. But then when it was time to lock him up, he was in there. So I guess he just wanted water or something. Or maybe he just wanted to be locked up.
Man, he probably did. Because lately they've been okay with it.
And then once I clink up the water dishes, whoever's missing usually shows up when you clink the water dishes. And so Dapper pulled up, sleep in his eyes, like, yeah, get your ass in here. And then you popped up. I was like, oh, shit, you scared me because I didn't think you was up. And then I was just like, yeah, let me get the hell out of it. I was really tired.
I was at a house party on Oculus.
Yeah.
I was up all night.
I was big tired. I was like, man, I'm hanging on by a thread, y'all. And yes, I did see Money Train. I saw it in theaters when it came out. I enjoyed it. It didn't do well at the box office. It made $35 million at the box office. The budget was like 60, 65. It made like 35 domestically. The critics didn't really like it either, but I enjoyed it. Robert Blake was a good villain. The premise, the back and forth between Woody and Wesley, I think they're a good duo. That's when I really noticed Jennifer Lopez. I was just like, yo, who the hell is this? I really liked her in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what made me start rooting for her after that. I was like, man, I want to see her more often. I want to see her win out here, man. She's fine. And then, and she blew up. Mm-hmm. She blew up. She had some good movies. I was telling Sabrina this. I was like, she had good movies like Money Train. That was the first time they really she was Latina from the Bronx. And I was just like, yeah.
And that's where it ended.
And that I feel like after that, they were like, all right, you are no longer going to be a Latina, and you'll never hook up with another black man in a movie. That's just something we won't do. And although Selena was after Money Train.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure if Mi Familia was after Money Train either, but outside of that, she's been Italian, Greek. They're like, yo, she gonna be everything but Puerto Rican in these movies.
Nobody knows what a Puerto Rican is. Be something else.
Yeah, you gonna be something else. Here's your dad. Your dad will be played by Robert De Niro. So
you've never even heard of the Bronx. You've never been there. You don't know what trains to get.
Lose that accent.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Hi, I'm a wedding planner.
Oh, it's really nice to meet you.
What's that
Oh, is
other
this your
movie?
husband?
I'm a maid in
I'm
Manhattan.
gonna sleep with him later.
Did you see Maid in Manhattan?
A million times.
What was she in that movie? Italian?
Italian.
Did you see The Wedding Planner?
Yes, a
What was
million
she in
times.
that movie?
White. I don't know. She's just white.
Did you see Monster in Law?
Yes.
What was she in that movie?
I don't know.
Did you see the movie with
I've seen
her
all J-Lo
and
movies.
Leah Remini? Where she goes back to like work at the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that
I
movie?
just recently. I started. Not recently. It was a few months ago. I started it.
Yeah.
I never finished it. I forgot what happened. I think I fell asleep.
Was she J-Lo in that? Was they letting her be?
No.
No?
I think she was a single mom though.
Okay.
That's about
Was she
it.
Puerto Rican?
That would be terrible if finally she's like Puerto Rican, but they make her a single mother struggling.
you
I'd be like,
dirty
you
bitches."
motherfucker. Oh, she finally Puerto Rican.
Second Chance. That was the name of it. But here's what I was saying though. Early on, you know, I see Jennifer Lopez in Money Train. And then I didn't see Selena because, you know, I ain't want to be sad. So I avoided Selena. But I respected it. And then she was in Out of Sight with George Clooney. And then in this movie, her dad was Dennis Farina.
Oh.
He's Italian.
Yeah.
From Chicago. And then, so Out of Sight was dope. I liked her in that movie. She played a cop. She was tough. I was like, yeah. And then she was in The Cell.
Ah, The Cell.
The Cell was a good movie. She was like an FBI agent or a cop that went into people's dreams. Or she was in the dreams of a serial killer. I like that movie right there. But then after that, it was romantic comedy fluff. Romantic comedy fluff for J-Lo after that.
I did just watch Hustlers again.
Hustlers, she was good in Hustlers.
And Hustlers is literally probably one of my favorite J-Lo moments. Like, she was fine, obviously. Fine as hell.
Great.
Like, that first scene when she comes out dancing on the pole and all of that, man, she could have really been a great stripper. That's a possible career if she's interested. And just who she was, I believed it. But she, again, wasn't Puerto Rican. I looked up the real girl. I think the real girl, I ain't
Wait,
gonna
that's
lie.
based on a true story?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I forgot that or...
Oh, yeah, it says it.
Oh.
They mention it in the movie.
Oh,
They're like,
shit.
this is still based on a true story, and they keep going.
Okay. She was a producer on Hustlers.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
and Hustlers was dope because everybody was in it. Lizzo was in it. She killed it. Cardi B, even though she was in it for a little bit, she still killed it.
She made her presence felt in that small screen time.
Yeah, because, well, one, Cardi was a stripper, obviously, so, like, who else are you going to call, right?
Yeah.
And then she just felt like it all felt so real and organic. Keke Palmer was adorable as always.
Palmer was good in that.
She was real good.
Everybody was good except the lead.
Yeah, I didn't like the lady.
The lead, I was just like, but everybody else on the side. So let's look at Jennifer Lopez's filmography real quick, okay? She did Mi Familia and Money Train the same year. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm all in. All right. She was in the movie Jack, which I never saw.
I love Jack.
She was in that.
I love Jack.
I'm not sure who she was. I think she was a teacher.
She was she was Jack's teacher.
Was she
and
Puerto
she was
Rican?
so sweet. She was just
She was just there.
her ethnicity was teacher.
She Selena in '97. She was in this movie called Blood and Wine with Jack Nicholson. Never seen it. She was in Anaconda. Anaconda, I feel like I remember her.
Talking Spanish?
I'm not sure. She could have been Latin in Anaconda. I can't remember. And she was in the movie U-Turn. Okay. Then she did Out of Sight, which I loved. And then she did The Cell.
Her name in Anaconda was Terry Flores. So
Okay.
So there's there's hope.
And she looked amazing in Anaconda.
She
I
looked
was
so
like,
good.
God damn,
She looked real
man.
fucking good.
It was just ridiculous how good she looked in Anaconda. So then after The Cell, which did good at the box office, these movies, mind you, these movies were not, well, U-Turn took a huge L, but Anaconda was a hit. Out of Sight did fairly well, but the critics loved it. The Cell was a hit. But then after that, it was She did The Wedding Planner. She did Angel Eyes.
Aw.
She did Enough, which is, I saw that in theaters. That movie was okay, but I felt like I had seen it before. I felt like it was Sleeping with the Enemy again, and like this time she's fighting back. And she did Made in Manhattan.
Aw.
And she did Geely, which was a huge, terrible, epic bomb of a movie. Like that movie is considered one of the worst to ever do it in movies. And she had a role in Jersey Girl and Shall We Dance with Richard Gere and Monster-in-Law. But then she come back to the roots. El Cantante.
I knew you were coming. I was like,
she came back.
El Cantante.
She was Latina again. Her husband was too. They were killing it. They were based on real people, but the people didn't show up.
Yeah.
They didn't give it that box office.
Which sucks because Hector Lavoe is a dope individual, and I feel like regardless of where you from, it's a dope story. It's really dope. Puerto Rican, finally.
And Mark Anthony can act.
Mark Anthony is great because even in The Heights, his character is short.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think I hate this guy.
Yeah.
In that short amount of time, and you're supposed to.
Right.
And I was like, okay, Mark, you delivered.
He can act, man.
Yeah.
Mark Anthony is a natural actor, in my opinion. He was in the movie The Substitute as a villain back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was also in Man on Fire. And, you end up hating him in Man on Fire. But she has The Backup Plan. And what else she got going?
The Voice.
The Voice, She's in this movie Parker with Jason Statham, so I can deepen the voice a little bit. It's hard going through IMDb now that they have music videos in the filmography. So now it's like mad music videos within the... She was in this movie called Leela and Eve with Viola Davis that I never saw.
Yeah, I see that.
She was in The Boy Next Door. She's on this show with Ray Liotta that Shades of Blue did 36 episodes. I like Jennifer Lopez as a cop. Anytime she's a cop, law enforcement, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, she's not a cop in the romantic comedy fluff, so it's usually keeping me at bay. But I heard good things about that show. I heard good and bad things about that show, actually. But anyway, how did I get here? How did I even get on this?
Money Train.
Money Train, yeah, absolutely. I wanted to throw this in. If you guys are into books at all, there's this book on Audible called Book of Baraka. Okay? It's an Audible original, co-authored by acclaimed writer Jelani Cobb, a staff writer at The New Yorker. An innovative and groundbreaking Audible original, the Book of Baraka mixes prose and poetry, musical interludes, and powerful soliloquies. Hear how Baraka, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, grew from spoken word artist to school principal to successful politician. Ross explores his life in depth, including stories about his father, poet and activist Amiri Baraka. He vividly captures a tumultuous period of political and social struggle and ultimately boundless hope and renewal. Visit audible.com/The Book of Baraka and listen now. All right? So if you into them good books like that, based on the real, you know what I'm saying? Based on the real person, look at Simone L. Like, yes, my mayor, Newark, New Jersey. So if y'all are into real life stories of encouragement, adversity, all that good stuff, check out Book of Baraka right now on Audible. It's an Audible original. Get in on that, pull up, bring your earlobes, bring your mind, and tap in, man. Shout out to New Jersey and all that, man. I've been to New Jersey, had a good time. I performed in New Jersey, had a good time, man. So yes, indeed. So check that out. If you love books, get in on that. Again, that's Book of Baraka, an Audible original. So check that out, y'all. Oh, the movie with Viola Davis was good, says Andrea.
Okay.
All right. I have to check that out.
Okay, so let's get to some questions.
Well,
I'm
let's
going to
do it,
get
man.
to the main question last
Last. Okay.
because it's going to be a lot.
Okay.
So we'll start with Mishi Cake. Mishi Cake said, found out that the kid, 12 years old, was picked on today. Ever dealt with bullying as a kid?
Me personally, yes, I was bullied. I was a bully at one point.
Oh, snap.
I was a bully at one point. And, you know, I have tremendous guilt about this, but I was a bully when I was younger. I was going through some things at home, and I think I lashed out. And this is no excuse, but I think that's what the root of it was. It was just like, you know, let me pick on this guy that, you know, everybody else seems to pick on. And like, you know, his name was Gerald Meyer. And to this day, I hold the regret. Y'all ever see that movie Flatliners with Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, and Kevin Bacon? Kevin Bacon, that's the movie where, if you haven't seen the movie, it's where they figured out that you can bring people back from the brink of death. And so when these students were actually, you know, going as far as to flatline, they would bring them back from actual death. So when they came back, they were haunted by things in their past and in their life that either haunted them or bad things that they did or whatever. So they would get visions and actual physicalities of the wrongs that they did in their past. So like Kiefer Sutherland, they bullied this one kid and ended up, you know, causing his death inadvertently. You know, Julia Roberts was getting images of her father. And Kevin Bacon was getting images of this girl he used to tease back when they were younger. And so this girl would just appear, just run up on him on the train and just start yelling at him and just insulting him like just rapid fire. And he was just like, what the hell am I seeing? And so, you know, this guilt manifested itself into a real presence in his life. And so he was able to find this girl and apologize for how, you know, he treated her back in the day. And that's how I want to find Gerald and just apologize for being so mean to him. And we fought a couple times. And he wasn't no punk, though. Like, we fought. He fought back. I remember one time we were fighting and we got jumped by the kids. Me and him were fighting one-on-one, and when we fell to the ground, we got stomped out by the rest of the kids who just wanted to fight too. And so it's like, we're going to stomp both of y'all out. I was like, what the hell is it? But so I was a bully, and, you know, deep regret. It haunts me to this day. And I was just mean to him for no reason. And I was just like, man, you know. And I remember being mean to certain kids. Like, you know, I remember this one kid, his name was David. And he asked me, he was like, where'd you get your shirt from? It was a cool shirt, man. I was like, your mother gave it to me.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And it was just like,
Like, all right, I'm going to ask her.
yeah.
That's what I would have said.
It was so
let me hit her
unnecessary.
up.
And I was just like, you know, and I was dealing with things that I was seeing at home. And it was just like, I don't know if that was my way of you know, processing that. And I was just like, I don't know. But I was like, I felt bad immediately when I said that to him. And I was just like, I remember apologizing to him later. And I was just like, I'm sorry I said that. You didn't deserve that. And I'm sorry. Like, I remember apologizing. And this is like 5th grade, maybe 6th. And so I think I learned a valuable lesson in that moment. It was just like, this isn't who I am or want to be. And like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, and I was just like, man, you know, and I never really got to it because there was no therapy for me as a kid. You know, it was just like, I don't know how to deal with these emotions, you know. And so fast forward to me having my own children, and, you know, there was this, and I would always check in with the boys. I would be like, yo, y'all good at school? There's no bullies, this, that, and the third. And they would tell me about kids, but there was no real like, man, they just won't leave me alone. You know, it was none of that. But I guess there was a kid trying to bully Sincere, and then Cerain stepped in on that. And so it didn't last long. It was just like, Cerain handled that when it was time, when it was crunch time. And so that was really the only instance of, bullying that the Baker boys, as far as what they told me and what they conveyed to me. And then I was bullied on the other end. When I went to a new school, I was bullied because of my shoes. I had low budget shoes on, and I wore the same jeans all the time. So it was just like, yo, man, look at his shoes, look at his jeans, and so I felt the heat, even though I had already come to terms with how I was making people feel. I still had to get that energy back. That karma still had to come for your boy. And so, so now, I felt even more so. And I was just like, oh, this is what it feels like, Even though I was ready to fight, even though you're ready to fight back, you still feel bad. You still feel like, man, leave my clothes alone, man. And so ever since then, it was like, yo, I got to get the Nikes. I gotta make sure my shoes is not low budget now because I'm in a different school. I'm in a different area. And so those were my experiences on the bully end of life. It was just like, damn. So I've tasted it on both sides.
Yeah.
So it was just like, man, this is a learning experience right here.
I was bullied bad.
Yeah.
In elementary school. My mom, so for those who don't know, my mom left New York when I was still in elementary school and moved us to California, Northern California for a little bit. And this was the 90s, like 90, literally, like early 90s. So they don't know what Afro-Latinas is or anything like that. So I was really the only person who looked like the way I did because my hair was huge back then. You saw me when I was younger, how big my curly hair was. So my hair was always really big. And people would always be like, why's your hair like that? And I'm like, I don't know. I was confused. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so it turned into racist bullying, especially after my dad picked me up from school one day. They said, yo, your dad's black? I was like, yeah. And they're like, and then they started putting gum in my hair. I got pants. I got rocks thrown at me. I got picked on all the time. The only people I hung out with was I used to go to the all right. So my only friend in school at that time was this kid named Charlie who had Down syndrome because he was the only person who didn't pick on me. Because of course he's innocent. He doesn't know. And so he was like my only friend. Everybody else used to really just give it to me. Like it was bad to the point I couldn't even hang out at the swings. I used to love swinging, and they're like, nah, you can't be here. I'm like, oh shit, all right. And then Charlie ended up dying in the middle of the school year, so I'm on my own. I don't know. I was young. I wasn't gonna ask. I just knew he had complications. Like he had a lot of health issues. Yeah. So it was back to all right, I guess I'm on my own. Again, I had nobody to go hang out with because he never left his class. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go be Charlie's helper during recess so I can avoid. Jasmine was my main bully. She was literally leader of this yo, let's make Sabrina feel like shit and N-word this and all. I'm like, how do y'all know these words? What is happening right now? And y'all see me, I'm like, I thought I would, well, I didn't think about this at the time, but you would have thought that I would be able to blend in with all the Mexican kids and stuff like that. But no, they looked at me, there's something different about you. I don't know about you. Yeah. And that, that has to stem from home, which is crazy to me.
Of course.
And, and so I remember, I'll never forget, my grandmother went back to New York. And so my mom had to hire a babysitter. And so the babysitter, I had to get dropped off there. My mom picked me up from school, dropped me off at the babysitter. And the babysitter was like, oh, it's okay. I have another girl that I babysit. She's in the other room. You can go hang out with her, go play with her, whatever. And so when I walk in there, it was fucking Jasmine. Ugh. When I tell you my heart dropped, I was like, this is about to be the worst day of my life. Right. She was so quiet. She had nothing to say without her whole bully squad.
Yeah.
And after that, she never messed with me again because I was just like, it's us now. Like, what's up?
Right.
Like, what are we doing? And yeah, she never really said anything. I guess it's because she realized, like, damn, I'm gonna have to be one-on-one with this girl if this is her babysitter now.
Right.
Which ended up not happening because my grandmother ended up coming back, and then we also ended up leaving Cali to go back to New York. But yeah, that shit stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
That like I was never good enough. Oh, but before I left that school, this kid Robert, he ended up moving to the area, went to my school, only black boy in the whole school, and he was from Queens.
Oh wow.
And when I tell you we clicked right away, like I was like, yo, you got my back, I got your back, like yeah. But I felt terrible when I had to leave.
Oh,
like
he was by himself.
We both cried.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I was like, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, Rob, I gotta go. Like da da da. He's like, we literally cried. He was like, do you have to move? I was like, yeah. I'm going back to New York. He's like, I want to go back to New York. But yeah, it was real bad. It was like, it really messed me up for like years.
Yeah.
Like literally years. And it even had like my perception of like Mexicans. Like it screwed it up. I had to heal that side of me. But to me, Mexicans hated me.
Right.
So why would I even care about them? And also it was so frustrating because I was so erased in my childhood. And I come from a very prideful background. You see my background.
Yeah.
You see Dominicans. You see Puerto Ricans. Like
very
Haitians as well. Very proud. So to go somewhere where they're just like, man, fuck your pride. Like, you not one of us. You about to feel this. You about to feel this pain. And mind you, I was 8 and 9 years old going through all of that. And I was just like, what the fuck is this?
God damn, man.
Yeah. Slarita said, yuck, Queens. Slarita's like, yeah, good thing you got bullied. You from Queens.
Slarita lives where? Brooklyn?
Hell.
Where you live, Slarita? It's part of the 5 boroughs. I think he lives in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah.
But that's where I'm from. Don't make fun of Rob. He was my only friend.
Yeah, so Mishi, it's tough because as a parent, you want to get involved and be like, you leave my child alone, and it's hard to, you want to know where your boundaries are as a parent to help your child against a bully situation. Like, do you want to go up there and raise hell? Do you want to take it to the parents of the other child? You want to protect your child at all costs. So it's just like, if I was in your shoes, I would probably try to get in contact with the parents and be like, look, your child is. But the risk of that is, okay, you get that kid in trouble. Now is that kid gonna further take it out on your kid? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you told your mom, and then I got in trouble. So now, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's for your daughter or your son, but like, you scared of the ramifications of that. Or man, you know what I'm saying? Such and such is a snitch, so now they got to deal with that, or, it's the ramifications of. But for me, I'd be like, yo, man, your child is doing too much. This is what your child's been doing, and it's your son. So yeah, so that could come with, I'm gonna fight you again because you got me in trouble. Mm-hmm. Or you a rat now. You snitching, you running and telling. Or you could be like, all right, put hands on this kid. That's also, something that, you know what?
Yeah, sometimes that's the only way.
Sometimes that's the most effective way. Because even if your son loses, a bully will be like, well, I know he gonna fight back, and I barely won the first time, or I got my ass kicked, or they be like, man, you ain't scared. I'm gonna leave you be. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's the most organic way to handle it. And then, and what you know in the situation, if your kid gets suspended, you might just be like, well, it might be worth it.
By the time I was 12 and 13, my thing was when people would try to bully me, I'd be like, does this make you feel better?
Yeah.
I would ask that. I was like, does this make you feel better?
Yeah.
And like, even as a kid, you're like, does it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you have to teach your child why bullying happens and where it stems from the bully's perspective. Like, all right, there might be something going on at home, and try to like have your child. And I know this is gonna sound stupid, but it worked for me as a kid. Just be like, yo, are you all right? Like, are things at home good? Like, because I see you taking a lot of stuff out on me.
And that's what I was doing.
And like,
as a bully.
Yeah. And like, because I had to learn about that early too, because I don't know if it was my brother who taught me. I don't know who. No, was it my uncle? Somebody taught me that people are mean because of where they come from early.
Yeah.
And instilled that in me, like, yo, people act out because of what they have going. Like children, not people. Children act out because of what they have going on at home.
Yeah.
And like, I remember that just sticking with me, and me going to school after that and being like, yo, you good? Like, you need a friend?
Yeah.
I'll be your friend. Like, you don't have to do this, bro. Like,
right. Yep.
And that ended up being me all through middle school and high school, being that like whenever I see somebody bullying, I'd be like, yo, you good?
Yeah.
Like, what's up? Like, you want to go get ice cream after school? Like, what you need? Like, what's going on?
Know what I need. You need ice cream.
Yeah, you need something. Let's go get a bacon, egg, and cheese off the block. Like, we good. Like, we friends.
Ice cream all mad. Like,
yeah.
is it good? It's on your mouth there. But Mishi said he cares less than I do, really. My middle school trauma is showing.
Oh, so if he doesn't care, then don't force him to care. Don't make it a big deal.
Yeah. Because
the second you make it a big deal, then they're going to internalize it and be like, wait, is it a big deal? Should I be acting out? And then they're going to notice it more than necessary. It's not really. And also, today's kids are not us.
Right.
Bullies aren't cool.
She said he got sincere-like energy.
Yeah, so if he has sincere-like energy, sincere don't. He's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Right.
He'd be chill.
Yeah.
On his own path. So yeah, that's sincere for sure.
Yeah. So we don't talk about it. Don't make it bigger than it is.
But also too, still check in.
Definitely check in.
But don't make it, because you want to make sure you're there at the ground level when it does start to bother your child. But you don't want to compound it and be like, to make them super mindful of, and then it stresses them out more. But you don't want it to go too far to where, now they got this trauma that they have now because they got bullied. So you got to find that little balance of being aware, being informed, but not bringing too much attention to it to where they just like, stressed out.
Yeah, don't project your trauma. That's absolutely
And if
right.
y'all know a Gerald Meyer in real life, because I'm looking for him. I hope he's alive.
Facebook?
I want to find him and be like, I'm sorry. I don't even know if he would remember me or not, but I would love to apologize to him for, any of the pain I caused. Because that'd be haunting me to this day. To this day. I'd be like, man, why was I behaving like that? And so, Gerald, if you're listening, and if it is you, and you went to Raymond Elementary School, holla at me, man. I'm sorry. But yeah.
The question?
Yeah, because we
okay. So, Simone L asks, last week, Tony, if you feel comfortable answering this, how did you feel after Cerain visited you in your dreams?
Okay. So, many of you know, many of you may not know. I've been waiting for Cerain to show up in my dreams since he passed. And it's been like, I'm like, man, I want him to show up, just to get any type of communication with him I can, whether it's my own creation in my own mind, which taps into the dreams, or if it's actually him communicating with me through the dream. Somebody said, timestamp the apology to Gerald and post it so we can find him.
Okay.
So it's 59:37 right now. I probably said it 2 minutes ago. So I've been waiting for Cerain to show up in my dreams. So, he passed August 3rd, and he hasn't shown up in my dream. So I was like, man. And then, Sincere said he was in his dream very early on. Like, I want to say it was a couple days after. I can't remember if he showed up in Cherie's dream. And Sabrina dreams about him a lot. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's just like, man, why won't he come to my dreams? And so I was on the flight. I was on the flight back from she was my last out of town, right? Yeah. So I was coming back from Miami, and I don't know if it was on the Miami to Atlanta flight or Atlanta to LA flight, one of those two flights. And so I had a dream that it was like an event going on. It was like an event. It was something going on, something social, like an event or whatever. And Cerain was there. And I was just like, and in the dream, he really did pass. So it was just like, and I saw him. I was like, yo, Cerain's here. Y'all see him? And I was asking people if they saw him too. Like, y'all see him as well? They're like, yeah, we see him. So it was like he was around, and we was all just like, yo, he's here. We was all excited and, in awe, and just like, wow, he's here. We see him. He never talked in the dream, but he was there. And, he was just chilling. He was vibing. Typical Cerain energy. And so, I started crying in the dream. I'm just like, sobbing, of course. But it's kind of like, it was kind of like sad, but it was like tears of joy. And so it was just like a lot of emotion there. And then I woke up. I was like, man, finally. I woke up on the plane, and I was just like, oh, snap. And so I was excited, and it made me feel good, actually. It was like he finally showed up in my dream. So I was like, finally. So it wasn't like, and I didn't, maybe if I was at home, I might have had an emotional breakdown, but since I was on a flight, I was just like, still kind of disoriented, but still just kind of like, man, that was dope. Like, I felt good after. Mm-hmm. It was a good feeling. And I was just like, finally. So hopefully he comes back more often, and then I can wake up with that feeling like, yeah.
It's always a sense of peace after, because he was in my dream the other night, and I woke up like I told you, I had a really rough day that day, but I feel like it was almost as if he knew, like, yo, you about to have a rough day. Let me give you a little something to wake up to. Yeah. And I woke up feeling at peace. Nana P asked if he speaks in mind. No, that seems to be the common theme with Cerain in the dreams, in my dreams at least, is that he doesn't really speak much, or he doesn't speak at all. The first dream that I had with him, we were at Ree's house, which we were at Ree's house, and we were sleeping in their room, and in Sincere and Cerain's room, and Sincere was on his bed, and me and you were on Cerain's bed, and all of a sudden, between the beds, Cerain popped up, and we were both like all of us in the room were like, yo, Cerain's here, like, and he kept trying to say something, but he wouldn't say nothing, like he couldn't get the words out, and finally, when he was about to say something and a sound came out, I woke up. But like it always ends up happening like that. And then all the dreams I've had after that was just literally like just him hanging out with us, but silently. So it's like it's his way of letting all of us know, like, all right, he's around. Because the last dream was me, you, and Sincere. Well, not the last dream. One of the dreams was me, you, and Sincere hanging out on some adventure, doing what we be doing. Yeah. But Cerain was there too, but he never spoke, but he was with us the entire time. Yeah. And just silently like going through the day and through the moment with us. And then even in the last dream was us going like party hopping. Yeah. And we went from somehow, dreams don't make sense. We was in New York, we was in Puerto Rico, we went to DR. This is all in my dream. We were all party hopping in all these different spots. Stops, Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it made sense.
Ride the bike over to Puerto Rico and then hop on the bikes and go to DR, Yes. Easy work.
And he was with us the entire time, but he was having like a good time. Like, He was laughing, but no sound. Smiling, having fun, just in the moment. But yeah, he never speaks. I have heard his voice before, but it was awake. So like, I don't know if I'll ever hear him in my dreams, but maybe he's saving that. He'll probably talk to you eventually.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Marie says, I was watching the interview on Oprah and the psychic was explaining that people that pass sometimes can't communicate easily because it's at different vibrations, frequencies than us.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That makes sense.
My grandmother, personal account 1 says, my grandmother never speaks in mine either, nor does she have strong emotions. She be very Mona Lisa with it. And I'd be like, oh, so all angelic now, huh, Granny? I was sad for the first 5 years when I dreamed of my mom, but after that, I would wake up happy and refreshed. Miss Reed Renee says, my dad never speaks when he comes to my dreams either, but somehow I always know he's telling me he's okay.
Yeah.
And that was the vibe, that was the feeling I got when he was in the dream. It was just like a sense of like, it was a good feeling. And I was just like, yeah, okay. And I was excited. Like, I was like, finally.
Yeah.
You know, because I was beginning to worry, like, is he avoiding me or is he like, did I do something wrong? So it'd be like,
nah, I think he was just waiting for you to be on a flight so you don't.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, I'm going to pull up on you.
Pull up on the Miami
I'm
flight.
pulling up
That's when
on
I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Like, why that flight?
I want to go to Miami.
Yeah.
That's very Cerain.
Right.
So Cerain, like, yeah, I'm pulling up.
Or, like, if that dream was, because that flight had an Atlanta connection.
Oh.
Because remember, he's supposed to go to Atlanta with us
Yep.
the month he passed. So it's like, did he show up because Atlanta was in the equation?
Wait, was it after the connection or before?
I can't remember if it was Miami to Atlanta or Atlanta to LA, but Atlanta was the...
Because if it was Atlanta to LA, maybe he did come with us in August.
Yeah.
But he stood there the whole time, and you picked him up.
He finally got picked up.
He was like, all right, let me head back.
Right.
I dream about my dad's mom, my grandmother, often. I always like to specify which grandparent because my other grandmother is still alive. I dream about her. I used to dream about her a lot, but like I'll dream about her once in a while. I dreamed about her with Cerain before, and I hear her laugh. Her laugh was always my favorite thing. So that's the only thing I hear from her is her laugh. When she pops up, she just be laughing. I'm like, yeah, laugh.
Get that giggle in.
Yeah, her giggle was the best.
They got some good stories in here, man.
Yeah. Oh, we should.
Yeah, Kiyoma said I had one dream of my cousin after he passed, and I woke up and forgot that he was gone for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Clarita said I hardly knew my father, and he'd be talking like a motherfucker in my dreams. My brother was in my dream after he was murdered, and I asked him to stop spooking me, and he don't really pull up on me no more. Hey, you done kicked your brother out of the dream, Clarita?
That's so Clarita.
Clarita would do that. Like, you freaking me out, bro. And he trying to tell you, like, hey, man.
Play the Powerball this weekend. Here's the numbers. You're like, man, back up.
Right. Andrea says, Tony, I feel you saw him on your plane ride because you were close to his new casa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Queen Pam says, my father passed in 2020 and he has never visited me in my dreams, but he has come to visit while I've been awake. Oh, wow. I would love an awake visit. I'm sorry about your brother, Clarita. I never knew that you lost a brother like that.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
Sad.
Tiffany says, my brother leaves me dimes in real life. In dreams, I see him happy and joking, so it's a good time.
There was that one moment on the stairs. Remember I told you about it? That I thought that you were on the stairs.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all. So I was on the I was going up the stairs, and I was like, oh wait, I forgot something downstairs. So when I turned around, I grabbed whatever I grabbed, and then I started walking back towards the stairs, and I saw what I thought was Tony come down the stairs, and I only thought it was Tony because of the height, and then stop midway and then go right back up the stairs. But it was like black, like it wasn't. I didn't see a lot of like skin color or anything like that, so it was just a dark ass shadow of Tony, and I was just like, yo. So did you just come down the stairs and then go back upstairs? And you're like, no. It's like, you sure? Like, nah.
I'm not sure.
You sure you didn't just get up?
I'm not.
But I've definitely had moments at the corner of my eye where I'll see somebody in the house. And also I feel like sometimes when I'm like really scared, sometimes I'll feel like somebody's actually walks into the room, and then I'll just kind of be like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you thought you saw somebody last night.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird. I thought it was you walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw you, I was like, wait, hold on. And I looked, and I was like, what?
Because I was like, what you looking at? And then you was like, thought I saw somebody coming down the hallway. And I was just like.
It was so weird. It's so vivid, too, when I see these things. It's not like, oh, it's just my eyes playing trick. It's literally vivid. Like that coming down the stairs, I really saw somebody come down the stairs and then go right back up the stairs. And it literally stopped me. I was like, nah, son.
Yo. Y'all got some great dreams in here, man. I see y'all. I lost both my grandparents last year, and they've never been in my dreams, but I can feel my grandpa's presence when I listen to Sade because that was his fave. Oh, snap. Hell yeah, Kiyomi.
Personal account said, Sabrina, you may be closer to the veil than most of us. I absolutely am.
Yeah.
I put my dad's mom to sleep in a dream because she was older, and we used to do that. Kissed her goodnight, and I turned off the light and closed the door behind me. And once I closed the door, I was woken up with the news that she passed away in her sleep. So it was as if I actually like got to say goodbye to her in my dream. And after that, well, not even after that, before that, a lot of stuff used to happen to me. But whenever somebody passed, I always get visited by them. Like always. Like one of my close friends passed 2 years ago. He pulled up a lot. Like a lot. He don't pull up no more. I feel like he's chilling now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, last time he pulled up on me was shortly after Cerain. And I remember asking him, like, yo, can you look out? Like, because they're like, he's my age and he's like cool. And I was like, man, go look for him.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's weird. I definitely deal with a lot of that. And I'm cool with it. Just pick your timing. Like Sabrina said, please. Just,
Yeah.
pick your timing. Because sometimes when I'm home alone, I'll be like,
How come spirits never pull up outside?
They do.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Usually you hear a lot of cemetery stuff, of course.
No, but I never hear
at the park and stuff.
Outside at the grocery store, I saw my grandfather, or like it's usually inside the house, or
Nah, there's this park in Queens,
Mm.
and oh my God, that shit is haunted. I remember one time I was in there, I was like, nah, I'm out. Hearing voices, hearing all types of stuff. I was like, I'm out of here. I gotta go.
I be wondering, man, because most of the experiences we hear about outside of a cemetery is like, inside.
Nah, there's a lot. I feel like I watch a lot of videos on it too.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of like there's been grocery store stuff. There's been obviously hotel stuff, highway stuff. There's
Hotels inside though.
Well, all right. So highways, there's haunted bridges. There's haunted. You know what I mean?
On the side of the road.
Yeah. So they be outside.
Yeah.
They be outside. It'd be crazy if there was like a ghost on the corner. Like there used to be a call girl. We'll say that.
And I guess it's harder to pinpoint if it is a ghost outside, because that could have just been a person.
Yeah.
And you just you thought it was a living person, but it was like, no, that was.
Yeah.
You got to find out. I guess you wouldn't know, but in your house, like, what the hell you doing in here? I guess
100%.
it'd be easier to pinpoint a ghost in the crib.
Yeah.
let me get to this movie review, man. Uncharted. The movie based on the popular video game that I've never played. Have you ever played Uncharted?
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah?
I have. My heart wasn't in it though.
No.
I only played it because who had it? One of my boys had it back in the day. I was like, oh, yo, you're playing this? I didn't really care about it.
No. You played it or you watched it?
I played it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you played it, Amir?
Yep.
You liked it?
Yeah. I haven't beat any of them.
Oh.
But I played all 4 of them because there's 4.
It was good?
They're really like, just in general, they are like really good. Especially the story. You get immersed in there, but then I fall out of it because I just start playing other stuff.
Okay.
But yeah.
I've heard nothing but good
critically,
things.
Yeah, they're critically acclaimed games for sure. I would love for them to do another one, but I don't know when that'll be.
Yeah.
So.
Because I've heard nothing but good things about the game, and it looks dope. It's just I was like, man, I know that game's gonna suck me in, so I always avoided it because I was like, I ain't got the time. Because I know, like, if I'm really feeling the game, cracked out.
I remember now. I was at my cousin's house. My cousin JR was playing it a lot. I was like, I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
And he was just so annoying as I was playing. That's why I was like, I am never playing this again. He was one of those like backseat game players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why
like,
are you doing that?
Like, do
Why don't
this.
you just, I don't like
Like, go over there. Do this. I'm like, let me play. Let me figure this out.
Yeah. But yeah, so, so going into the movies, I heard they were making a movie. I had no attachments. A side note, I want to know y'all favorite video games of all time. Like your favorite, if you had to pick one game that's your favorite video game of all time, I want to know what it is. But anyway, so Uncharted, Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg. And I'll be forgetting, like a lot of people don't fuck with Mark Wahlberg because of his racist past. Mm-hmm. And I'll be forgetting about that until I post something, and then y'all be in the comments like, yeah, man, fuck Mark Wahlberg, you know what I'm saying? We ain't forgot. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, he was, And so I'll be forgetting about that. And so people felt like they kind of miscast with Tom Holland. It was like people didn't seem happy with that casting for whatever reason. And since I don't really know the game, I had no attachments. Do you feel like, Amir, since you played the game, do you feel like Tom Holland was a good casting choice?
I think people might have thought he might have been a little too young as far as like looks wise. Because you can pretty much get like he it's not like he looked too far off from it, but I kind of envisioned somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
I'm terrible with actor names. I'm not gonna lie, but it's this one dude that comes to mind. He was in Knives Out.
Not Daniel Craig, James Bond.
No.
Chris Evans.
Was he in Knives Out? See, I have the face, but I can't think of the person's name. But there's a specific dude that I know. Like I look at his face, I'll be like, I feel like he could have played.
Oh, okay.
The guy in Uncharted. Nathan Drake is the
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake. But I have to look the actor up. I'll dig right now. Let me see.
Okay.
Is this guy?
Nah, not him either.
Who'd you pull up?
Chris Evans.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
So the movie comes out. So I'm going into the movie with fresh eyes. Like I'm just going in to take it in. Like video games that turn into movies have a horrible track record. We know Street Fighter was terrible. Mortal Kombat, the first one was, pretty good. Second one was trash. The redo of Mortal Kombat was okay. Super Mario Brothers was a disaster. Max Payne was a failure. What other video? Resident Evil, a lot of people didn't fuck with, and they made like several of those. But it was just like you done went so far from the original source material. We don't even know what we're watching. I think they made a Tekken video game. It was just like, all right, what the hell is happening around here? And so, they have a horrible track record. Sonic the Hedgehog came out recently, and that did well. Like it did well, pretty good critically. And, Jim Carrey was great in it, and it did well, and, it constituted a sequel. So, going into the video game movies, and you would think that, video game movies would naturally do well because the gaming community is so large that he'd be like, yo, man, sign us up. But that's not the case. The Street Fighter movie was some of the worst shit I've ever seen. I hate that movie with a passion. But I'm going into Uncharted, just coming in on let me watch an entertaining adventure, flick with some treasure and, globe trotting and, Tom Holland, looking for treasure. So, it's a story about, Tom Holland's character, Nathan Drake. He was real close with his brother, and they were real close when they were younger, and his brother was into, artifacts and, ancient history and globetrotting and this, that, and the third. And so they were really close, but they ended up getting separated because they were orphans. I guess they lost their parents or whatever. And so he got in trouble at the orphanage. He was like, yo, we're going to have to take your brother away. But his brother was like, nah, fuck that. I'm running. I'm hiding. Hey, little bro, man, I got to dip off, but we going to reconnect soon. You know what I'm saying? Let me go with you. Like, nah, you can't go with me on this adventure. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm always be waiting for you, big bro. And so, so he grows up. He's this bartender that can do mad tricks with the glasses and the bottle. He be shaking it up, charming guy, but he's also a pickpocket. So, there's that. He links up. Mark Wahlberg is like, yo, man, I stole the chain that you just stole. Here's my card, man. I know who you are. Come rock with me. I used to work with your brother. You know what I'm saying? You treasure, get in on this. I need your help. But your brother, hey, I can reconnect you with your brother that you've been looking for. I'm like, man, what you know about my brother, man? Hey, I know everything, man. I used to work with him. We was on the treasure together. But I don't want to do this, boy. All right, you don't have to do it, but your brother could be out here. My brother, let me think about it. Let me marinate. Because, the hero is always reluctant to get on the thing in the beginning of the movie. They'd be like, nah, man, I'm doing fine, pickpocketing and being a bartender, man. I ain't never going to do this mission with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine living my life. They always resist in the beginning. The heroes never just do hey, man, what's up? Hey, man, I'm looking for treasure. Well, let's do this. It's too easy. So he ends up, linking with Mark Wahlberg and he's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if we find this, we can find your brother. And, there's the heavies, there's the villains like, yeah, man, we want that treasure by any means. You know what I'm saying? You know how much that's worth, man. Human lives are expendable, man. We want this, we want this money. There's, what's the black actress that's in it? She's the villain, Antonio Banderas. These are the heavies, you know what I mean? So they out here looking for the treasure and, human lives are expendable. We're going to do whatever it takes to get the goddamn treasure. We need these keys found. And then there's this girl. She comes into the picture.
Tati Gabrielle.
Who?
Tati Gabrielle.
Okay.
I'm sorry I put so much emphasis.
Yeah, she put a lot of sauce
Tati
in that.
Gabrielle. It doesn't sound the
Tati.
Tati Gabrielle. But when I say Tati Gabrielle, you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
She's the heavy in it. So she's the villain that's chasing them down on every stop they go to. And so Tom Holland he's charismatic, man. I like the guy. Like, I like him. It's like Peter Parker in a treasure hunt movie. Mm-hmm. There's not much difference between him and Peter. Mark Wahlberg is typical Mark Wahlberg. He was cool, passable, all right. But, he wasn't really doing too much. But Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland had a pretty good rapport, you know what I mean? But the action set pieces didn't really excite me, to be honest. It was just like, all right, this was cool, nice little something. But I wasn't on the edge of my seat. It was just like, all right, cool. We saw that. Yeah. What y'all waiting for?
Your movie with Michael Jai White.
Oh yeah. Sabrina's super excited about this movie.
Man, I'm gonna be promoting it more than you.
Super excited. I got something I kind of want to share with y'all, but I don't really want to share with y'all. But I kind of want to share with y'all, but I ain't gonna share with y'all. But so the action set pieces, they were cool, but it wasn't like post pounding. I wasn't on the edge of my seat. It was just like the villains were doing dumb shit and getting outsmarted, and it was just like, you are horrible villains, And his old girl looked great as a villain.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah, but it was just like they're inadequate, And did the action excite you at all?
There was some scenes that had me at the edge of my seat.
Oh.
Like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like I don't want to give away too much.
The airplane scene, did they get you?
No.
Okay.
That scene was dope.
Uh-huh.
But when they were this is like the first scene when they finally do something, and Tom Holland was
at the auction place.
At the auction, I couldn't think of the word. The auction scene, I was like, how the hell is he gonna get out of this?
Oh yeah.
And like, I like that. I like
how are they gonna get out of this?
How the hell are you getting out of this situation? And so that was exciting to me.
Yeah.
It was exciting to like, all right, what's about to happen? Because I don't even remember their plan for that whole scene.
Right.
I really don't remember what they said that they were gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm literally watching this like.
They were going in there to get the key, and then.
Oh, I knew why they were going. I didn't know the plan.
Yeah.
To retrieve it.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this like, how? What is happening? And so it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And man, I'm a fan of Tom Holland, bro.
Yeah.
He's fun. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he was fun to watch in this movie.
He was. I'm telling you, he was Peter Parker in this, and I like Peter Parker, so I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Just Peter Parker, no spider webs, no web sling, and he's looking for treasure. Mm-hmm. So on that end, I like Tom Holland in movies like this. I just wish the action was a bit more exciting. It was entertaining though. Like I felt entertained by the whole proceedings. So, it was a cool, I would say it's a decent matinee. Like if you go in there not handcuffed to the mythology of the game and you just watching it for what it is, I think you can come away entertained on like a matinee. You know what I mean? I think you can come out of the theater like, that was cool. That was, entertaining. Yeah. And so, forget all that. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Uncharted? Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Uncharted 3 saxophones out of 5. How many saxophones you giving?
3 is fair.
3? Okay. So we both,
2.5.
2.5.
Because
a little less.
The way that they wrote the villain.
Oh, she pissed off about the villain right up. Yeah. So 2.5 from Sabrina, 3 from me. But yeah, so if you ain't got nothing to do on the weekend, you got some time to kill, check out the matinee and see what it is. If you love the video game, I don't know how you might feel. I don't know. Like I don't carry that baggage. For me, the greatest video game of all time is probably Grand Theft Auto. I hate to just say the whole series, but really, Grand Theft Auto 3 was my introduction to Grand Theft Auto. And when that hit PlayStation, I could not stop playing that game. I was in Craig's dorm room, not Craig Wayans, but Craig Walker, my boy in college. I damn near moved into his dorm room. I was missing class. I was just like, I had never experienced a game like that. It was gritty. The hip hop in it was good. They had those radio stations. It was real music from real artists. And you could just do whatever the hell you wanted pretty much. And I was just like, yo, this game is bananas. And then they just kept up in the ante, Vice City, San Andreas. And I'm just like, and it's so fun because the missions are fun. Like if you do the story of the game, it's fun. You do the side missions, they're fun. They're not, some of them are challenging, some of them are easy. Or you could just play the game for hours, no mission, no plot. You just riding around, stealing cars, smashing prostitutes, having gang wars, robbing liquor stores, and you just messing with the cops. You can just do whatever you want to do, and it's dope. And I'm just like, yo, it goddamn gets no better than Grand Theft. So that's probably my top game of all time.
I can't just do like a solo top. Like my favorite storyline game is The Last of Us, the first one. It was literally my favorite. I love that game so much that I played it 3 times. I beat it 3 times because I was just like, this story's so good. And then the game that stuck with me even after I got off of it, GTA. Because like I'd be on the train in my head, like, man, I could just snuff them out right now. Take everything in their pocket. And then the game that got the most action from me since 2009, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. That's another classic.
Call of Duty is, I always come back. I will always come back to you.
Top 5, easy. What about you, Amir? Favorite game of all time?
It's really hard for me to pick one of
That's
all
all.
time.
Oh,
but
tough questions.
If I had to pick, it would probably be something old, like maybe the one I think about the most is like Sonic CD, and that's before my time. But I played like almost every Sonic game ever created. Yeah, my brother was really big into Sonic, and I was more Mario growing up. Okay, but the Sonic games had more of an appeal to it, like the music, the soundtrack, and all that stuff, and it kind of followed through my life, like as I grew up. Yeah, my parents was not fans of us GTA, so I didn't get to play GTA until 4, Ballad of Gay Tony, like on my own, truthfully. Yeah. And then like GTA 5, Call of Duty is a staple in my life, which is why I stopped playing single player games. The game doesn't have multiplayer, I will not buy it. Like, for like the past 10 years or so. Yeah. So Call of Duty multiplayer pushed me into another realm of multiplayer gaming. Right. And I would say those would be like the most impactful games. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. That's real.
Did you play the Sonic that was on Dreamcast? Mm-hmm. That was a good ass game.
Which one though? Because he had like 3 games.
The
Sonic
first
Adventure?
one they released for the Dreamcast. When the Dreamcast first dropped, that Sonic was
it had
was
to been Adventure.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure, and then there was Sonic Adventure 2.
I think it was Adventure.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure is good. Sonic Adventure 2, that is the one.
I don't think I played that one.
That's one that you should play. Because as far as like 3D Sonic games, they don't get any credit for what like how they were, because they didn't necessarily make that transition as well as like a Mario did. Right. So they get a lot of hate. Like, oh, Sonic Heroes trash. Shadow the Hedgehog trash. Sonic 06 trash. Like everybody's like trash. I was like, but I played all of them, and I'm like, I didn't feel like they were that bad. It's like, am I nostalgia goggles on? I don't know.
You also got Mario heads that want to shit on everything that ain't Mario. It says Sonic is the
the other side of it. But Sega, man, Dreamcast was ahead of the game.
Dreamcast was a dope system.
PS2 just came out with.
They just had more.
PS2 came through and it was like, we can do what you got, but we got DVD player, and everyone was like, and the price was cheaper, and then Dreamcast had no shot. Yeah, and it's a lot of history and stuff. Me and my brother, like, we study video game stuff, so I can talk.
You can talk this all day.
My grandmother's favorite is Sonic and Mario together.
Oh,
like
together.
The Olympic games.
She loved all of it. No, my grandmother's like a hardcore. So the reason that me and my brother are huge video game fans is because my grandmother, we watched her. She started with Nintendo. She had a Genesis. She had a DS up until dementia took that from her. She's always played video games, and like she loves Mario. I have footage. Damn it, I think YouTube might have deleted it. Footage of her playing Mario and knowing all the secret passages and like all the secret doors and like all this stuff. She'd be like, mira, and she'll do something. I'm like, bro, how did you know? Yeah. And then with Sonic, any Sonic game that dropped, she was all in. She loves Sonic. Yeah.
I like Sonic, man.
Yeah.
I like Mario too, but I really enjoy Sonic.
Yeah.
Tecmo Bowl. Super Tecmo Bowl. One of the best games ever
Tony's
created.
playing that today.
I still play it. You put it on that hand, damn near all I play is that on that handheld.
And I'm invested because I be picking your teams. Like, so you what?
I'm the Vikings right now.
Yeah.
I gotta hit you up again though, because I need. There's a few more games I forgot to mention.
Okay.
That I'm see if you can get on there.
Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot, man. Good times.
Yeah, I never got into Crash. I played them, but it was never.
Yeah.
Remember when we were playing Toe Jam and Earl?
Oh yeah.
We was having such a good time.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Some of those games are hard to go back and play though. If you're used to modern stuff, that's how it is for me. Like, it's like I love retro games, and I play them in 3D, and I'm like, oh my God, we've come a long way. Like, it's a good thing that we came a long way, but revisiting those old games sometimes is hard.
Because, man, really video games now, this is stuff we only dreamed of as kids in the 80s. It was just like, the stuff, when I'm playing video games now, I just be like, I can't believe this is a reality. Mm-hmm. Like, outside of an arcade. It's just like, and even the arcades in the 80s have been just blown out the water by, what we got now. But the future is here.
Man, I play Among Us in VR, and I don't think I can. I mean, I can go back, but VR Among Us
Yeah.
is so much scarier because you can't see the whole map. You don't see who's walking up to you.
I want to play that.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you on there because it's
Try
like
that.
you gonna be like,
GoldenEye, yes. Yeah. Oh. Because Among Us is already scary enough when you get your wig split.
You be chilling, be like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dial in.
Yep.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
god! He's like, I can't say nothing.
You be
I can't
cleaning
say
out the
Yeah.
vent, and then next thing you know, blend, and then
It's
cut your head off.
I have seen. I think I did see it. It was like, oh, Among Us looks crazy in 3D, like a 3D environment.
Man.
Yeah.
yeah. I play it on VR chat and it's insane.
It's
It's
crazy.
so much fun.
We gotta get the hell out of here, y'all.
Sir.
This was a good one, y'all. And thanks for sharing y'all stories in my Patreon, my patron saints, sharing your stories of lost loved ones and your dreams. And we appreciate y'all for sure. And thanks for the questions. We'll be back next week. Remember, if you got questions for us, ask us in the YouTube comments section. Or you can ask in here in the chat. Just put the big old exclamation and the question marks in the red so we can find you easier. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out that book on Audible. And let me know what you thought of Uncharted in the comments section below. Let me know how you felt about it. Let me know how you felt about the game, the casting, all of that, man. Let me know. Appreciate y'all, man. We out.